This is Will, who's here tonight. His interest is the police force. I'm not going to talk any more now. I'm going to hand it over to Will to tell you a bit of his story and what he's found with the Big Picture program. Thanks, Will.
Hello, everybody.
Hi.
That's me in the plane. Yeah. And
Just in case we get confused.
yeah. And yes. Didn't bring my notes.
Just tell us about your secondary school years.
Alright, yeah. When I grew up in primary school, I moved around a lot. Like, lived with my mum, single parent, and like moved like around heaps of schools. And then come to high school and moved around a bit more. And then got to about year 10, and then the teachers started coming out, and we had like industry and enterprise classes, like learning about business and what we wanted to do after we finished school and all that kind of jazz. And we ended up getting to the point where they come up and say, alright, what are you going to do when you finish school? And I had plenty of time to think about that. And got to the point where I said, shit, I don't know at all. And then that cheap pressed new impression, and everyone just said, yeah, I'm going to go out and be a builder, I'm going to go into a trade just to get the teacher off their case. And got to the point where I did the same thing, yeah, I'm going to go and do a trade. And the teacher left me alone, so I was happy with doing a trade. And then my parents, my mum and my stepdad moved to Queensland when I was 16, and I decided to stay in Sept and get on as a panel beater at a local business. And just before my contract started, they ended up going out of business, and I missed out. And then I ended up working full-time at Coles, and I was a bit of a bum, and I was like, hate the money, and because my parents were so far away, I couldn't get there, and they wanted me to work my own little magic to try and get up there myself, and I got into drugs and drinking and partying and didn't really care. Stay up till 5 in the morning, go to work 10 in the morning. And then I started getting real depressed and didn't want to go to work anymore. And then my stepdad rang me up and said, I've been talking to you about 6 months. And my mum hadn't heard from me for even longer, and they were just worried about me after all that time. So yeah, they told me that they're going to pay for me to go up there and clean my act up, which I did. And while I was up there, I ended up getting a phone call saying that my old man died, my real dad, and that kind of brought me back down to reality. And so I worked up in Queensland for a few months, and then came back to Sept wanting to become a policeman. And I wanted to do the VCE class at TAFE. You had to be 18 at the start of the year. I didn't turn 18 until March. And so I joined the GoTAFE group, Jeff, and he ended up telling us about the big picture and what they wanted us to do, and I thought he was crazy, and all of us did. Not just me, but no, I thought it was nuts. He ended up coming up to me one day, like took us all individually into the room in one of our maths classes and asked just what we're passionate about. And I never really thought about it, no one ever asked me that before, and I just didn't really think about it. I just threw out some random things, just getting to leave me alone. And it worked, and then as he kept going on with it, more and more, he kept asking me, kept telling me, and I realised I wasn't interested in any of the things he asked me. And I realised that he was pretty much asking me what I was interested in, what I was passionate about, same thing, but he reworded what the teachers have always told me at normal school, like, what do you want to do after school? Like, I didn't want to answer that because I didn't know what I wanted to do. But they wanted us to learn something, so everyone would just give them what they want. And then when Jeff comes out and says, what are you interested in? Or what do you like to do? And I just connected with that a lot better. And just started on a bit up. And met Ross, my mentor, and I just learned about the police force through him, about the academy, and went and organised a trip to the police academy through Garrick Street Primary School. And then went and spent a day there, and then I got involved in the crew recycling program that Shannon's doing the logo for, and I made a promotional DVD for them, and that's yet to be finished. And I'm starting my second LTI project, and that's on proactive police work in the community. Through that, I've started on, through my police interest, I started Sept Search and Rescue. That's just over there somewhere. And that's pretty cool. Friend Matt over there, it's a good bloke. Yes, I'm rambling on too much yet.
That's fine.
Keep going.
Great.
So, do you still feel the police force is what you'd like to do?
Yeah, I want to be a copper with a gun, a fast car, and I'll let you go. Just get speed. No, I'm going to keep the mates out of trouble. No, I don't know, I really like the idea, just because like from where I've been to where I want to go, like there's nothing stopping anybody from making just life-changing decisions. Yeah. I'm not that responsible, but apparently you get there eventually. So, yeah, thank you.
Thanks, Will.